Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Joe here, entrepreneur, real estate investor, homeschool dad, and I'm out here at a project that I just got wind of yesterday. My real estate agent gave me a call and said, "Hey, Joe, come take a look at this real quick." And so I was like, "Sure." So we're out here looking at a project, and I'm thinking probably the same thing you guys are thinking, which is like, who in the world is out buying houses when everyone's on lockdown and stuff like that? Well, that's a good question, and maybe something we have to talk about here in the future. But I'll tell you what, I just follow the market, follow what the market's doing. And the market, just by really quick looking around and looking at this property, showed me that that house sold a week ago for over $700,000. And this one just went on the market. So I think that means it's worth taking a look. So we're going to do that here right now, and we'll see what we got. All right, here we go. So I'm going through the house. Michelle, first thing is here, right here out this back door. There's a bathroom right here. Must have been for whoever stayed in this room. Could theoretically be a dining room, we think. This is the living room. I'm gonna have to get pictures of all this stuff. And the kitchen is crazy old. Let's see here. And then parlor right here. And the entrance has a lot of character. Look at these little light switches here. Woo! That's old school right there. I'm seeing some two-prongs as well. But maybe some original type of leaded windows, maybe. Perhaps. And then bedrooms upstairs. Let me get some pictures real quick of all this. Alright, I've been down into the basement here. Pretty low ceilings all around. Water heater that's there. Not sure how old that guy is. This maybe was supposed to be a shop or something. I mean, you can see I'm 6 foot, and this is, right there. I mean, this looks kind of sketchy, but it's a basement, so people don't care too much. Some lights that you probably would rack your head on right there. That one definitely would. Another light, rack your head on. Right here, this is the kitchen. It's directly below this, or above this. It must be a drain for the sink, probably, and the dishwasher. Goes into this room, and then in here, there drains into there. And I wonder if that's just the city. This the city sewers, just right out there, so down and then out. I bet you that's what it is. This is the drainage that's coming in from washing machine and stuff over there. And then this is that other bathroom, that full bath up there too. And then this thing, you said that my battery died. I don't think it was my battery. I think my phone, the space ran out on the phone. I'm having the worst trouble with this guy. It like has an SD card, and then it also has the internal storage that stores the videos in the internal storage, and when it gets too big, it just like shuts down, and I can't delete it enough stuff out of it to, I don't know, it's causing me problems, and whatever, I don't know what to do. Anyway, so the deal that we looked at. So I wanted to just quickly wrap this video up so you kind of see what I looked at, what I saw, what we thought. So anyway, this is kind of like an after action report, because I already put the numbers together for the deal, already sent the offer off, and then you can kind of see what I saw and what I'm thinking about when I do that. So anyway, but right when we were done, we were standing outside in the backyard kind of talking about numbers and talking about things and stuff like that, kind of figuring out where we were, how much we thought it was worth. And then like 3 other people showed up right away.
Right to jail, right away.
So we knew that the deal was hot. Like, I already knew that the deal was hot anyway. And when you're dealing with a hot deal, like, you can get antsy or whatever, but you have to remember, you have absolutely no idea what the situation is for any of these other buyers. Like, no idea. And I tell myself all the time, constantly, when I'm doing a deal, I will never be able to beat an owner-occupant. I will probably not be able to beat another cash investor, and you know, anybody else who's like an individual flipper, not like a volume flipper, because a volume flipper's got overhead and all this other stuff. So he's gonna have lower numbers than just like, you know, like a guy bought a house down the street here in town, and he just bought it cash from like California and then did all the work himself. Like, you're never gonna beat somebody like that. You're not. If you're trying to do this as a business and do it full time, you're not gonna beat that guy. So don't try to beat him. And so I have to tell myself this, like, you know, just kind of stick to what we know, what our numbers are, let them work, and you win some, you win a few, and you lose a lot. Like, you're going to lose the vast majority of them, which is fine. It's not a big deal. So anyway, we just put offers out there and then let things happen how they happen. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what I did here, very rough, how I did the numbers, and what I came up with. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so what we did when we analyzed the deal. So the first thing I was looking at was, what's the ARV? What's the after repair value? And we found that the after repair value, we looked at all the comps, we looked at the projects that were going on in the neighborhood, and you know that the house next door sold for like $770. It wasn't a corner lot. It had some stuff that was a little bit nicer than ours, and so we gave ourselves a little bit of a discount on that, but still right next door, and I think we could have done just as good on that project. So after it was all said and done, we came to like a conservative estimate to say, you know, $740,000. So that was our estimate. Now what we do is just like a really rough swag for how we figure out what it is. I'll just go ARV times 0.7, you know, equals what number, and that 0.7, you know, represents 5% for commissions. It represents 3% for closing costs, and then it represents 15% or approximately thereabouts for the investor, and then it represents, that makes 23, and then it also represents another, my color's running up, 7% for holding. So that's kind of like what all is wrapped up in that, and we could play with it a little bit. You know, I mean, I could play with this part a little bit if I feel like I can get it sold, you know, maybe get that down to 3% or something like that. But this is just the rough, right, the rough numbers. Okay, so anyway. So when we did the 740 times 0.7, what did we come up with? We came up with, let me see, 518. So this number was 518,000. Okay, so then 518,000, and then we have to take the 518K and then minus the repairs. And how much did we expect the repairs to be? Well, on this project, we thought, you know, it's pretty big. 2,562 square feet. So large, really, really large property. And, you know, the last project that we did, we were at about, let me see if this works, $65 a square foot. So 2562, that gives me like 166,000. Which I didn't do the roof on that one. The landscaping was really bare. There wasn't much going on, so didn't really think like that was a good number. So we added in the roof, we added in the fact that there was a lot more landscaping that needed to happen, we added in the fact that it was just really dated all over, the fact that there was going to be permits, all kinds of permits and stuff's involved. We wanted to add a bathroom upstairs. I think overall we came up with, and I have all the itemization on it, but when it was all said and done, we came up with that the repairs were going to be, you know, and again, we're trying to be conservative too, right? I mean, I don't want to lose money on this. $245,000 of repairs. Quite a bit, you know, new siding, I mean, all kinds of stuff. It was just crazy expensive. So then you take that number, 518, minus 245, plus it was in Everett, so it's just expensive. And it came up with $273,000. Now that's like my offer price. I can tell you right away, I was like, that's just not going to happen. There's no way that property is going to go for that much. I mean, it was being listed. It was listed at 330, and it was getting tons of activity. So it's like, yeah, right. That's just not going to happen. So we adjusted it a little bit. I didn't budge on the repairs, but I did budge on the real estate commissions to make them say that they're to get it down to 3% as opposed to 5%. So we changed the commissions, which ran it down to 3%, which is basically just a buyer's commission. So saying like, I'll list it, or I won't list it, but I'll do it as a FSBO. So that gives me like about 15,000. So adding 15,000 here gave me, you know, so now we're at 188 or 288 approximately. And then I think the 15%, when I looked at 15% for what we were going to make on it was probably like the investors 15% was like 111,000, which is fine because I mean this is a huge risk that we're going to be taking. So we came up a little bit on that. I think we just knocked it down to, you know, we knocked it down like about 12,000 or something like that, and then so add 12 to this. So basically, we came up with a final number of just 300,000. That's what we offered. So we built it up and we offered 300,000, and that's what we did. That's the number that we came up with. That's the and then they even asked because they got multiple offers. They said, "Here, you know, is this your highest and best?" And I said, "Yep, that it was our highest and best going in." And that was it. And then we just see what happens. But that was what we did, how we analyzed that deal, how we came down with it, how we came down with our number. And then, you know, you just sit and wait and see what happens. Now, this one's already done, so I know that we didn't win this project, but that's okay. Somebody else got it. I have no idea what they're going to sell it for, but it may come back. I mean, you know, maybe somebody gets overly excited and they think they're going to do more than they can, and maybe it'll come back to us later. But you know, that was our number. We were comfortable with that. We're happy with that, and then we just stick to our criteria, and when something hits, then we take it. And if it doesn't, we just let it go and we find another one. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, take care.